Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to deconstruct a Black Mirror episode that, honestly, has probably haunted you ever since you saw it, Common People.
So here's how we're going to break this down. We'll start with the miracle that comes with a major catch. Then we'll get into the subscription squeeze they find themselves in. After that, we hit the heartbreaking final payment, decode that chilling ending, and finally talk about why capitalism is the real villain here. We're actually going to use this kind of hourglass structure for the story, starting broad, zeroing in on this one devastating moment, and then pulling back out to see the huge message. All right, let's dive in. So the episode just throws this question at you, and it's one that feels, terrifyingly close to home. It's not the usual, what if technology goes haywire? No, this is, what if the tech works perfectly, but you just can't afford to keep up with the payments?
And to really dig into that question, we meet Mike and Amanda. They're this super relatable working-class couple, and their life is about to get completely turned upside down. And that's the thing. Their ordinariness is the whole point. They are the common people from the title. They're put in a situation that feels like it could happen to literally anyone. And that's exactly what makes their story hit so hard. Then, bam! This sudden, devastating tragedy just pushes them right to the edge. And this is such a classic Black Mirror setup, right? You've got this impossible problem, and it creates the perfect vacuum for some shiny new tech solution. One that, of course, comes with a massive hidden cost. And here it is, the central conflict laid out perfectly. This company, Rivermind, offers them a literal miracle, but it comes with a seriously predatory price tag. The surgery itself? Oh, that's free. But life? Nope. Life is not. And that initial $300 a month, it seems almost doable, right? A small price to pay for a second chance at life. But as you can probably guess, that initial feeling of hope, it just evaporates. Mike and Amanda get caught in this trap, this subscription economy that's designed to do one thing: squeeze every last penny out of them. We're talking hidden fees, constant upsells, terms of service that change on a whim. Sound familiar? The whole Rivermind service is just a perfect, chilling example of this idea. I mean, the basic tier isn't just basic. It's designed to get worse and worse over time, forcing you into this endless cycle of having to pay for expensive upgrades just to get back to normal. Okay, so this chart really just maps out the whole trap they're in. Just look at the common tier. You've got these intrusive ads, you're locked down to a certain area. It's awful. Now look over at the plus tier. It's not really adding cool new features, is it? It's just removing all the horrible, frustrating stuff from the basic plan. Each tier is basically designed to solve a problem that was created by the tier below it. It's just a classic predatory system where a normal life becomes a premium luxury. So Amanda's quality of life just completely plummets. She's not even a customer anymore, really. She's part of the hardware. Her brain is literally being used as a server to power the experience for the richer users. She becomes this walking, talking advertisement, which, as you can imagine, eventually costs her her teaching job. And this is where Mike's story takes a nosedive right into the darkest corner of the gig economy. To keep his wife's consciousness online, he has to basically destroy himself, his body, his dignity. I mean, we're talking about him pulling out his own teeth, putting his tongue in a mousetrap, all for clicks and cash from anonymous viewers online. And just when you think it cannot possibly get any crueler, they hit them with the motherhood penalty. Yeah, an extra $90 a month if Amanda were to get pregnant because of, and I quote, the increased computational load. This is the moment their biggest dream, the one thing they wanted most, a family, gets reduced to just another line item on a bill. It's just financially impossible. So, after losing their jobs, their savings, all of their hope, the couple gets to the narrowest, most tragic point of the story. They are completely, totally out of options. And this timeline here, it just shows the complete and total erosion of their life. That final booster they buy, it's not a luxury, it's not a treat, it's just a way to buy a few minutes of peace before they have to make this absolutely unbearable final decision. And this is Amanda's instruction to Mike, and it's just heartbreaking. When she says, "when I'm not here," she doesn't mean when she's out of the room. She means she wants him to end her life while her consciousness is literally hijacked by one of Rivermind's ads so that she isn't mentally there for her own death. I mean, this scene is just the absolute core of the episode's horror. Her very last moments of life, they don't even belong to her. They belong to a corporation.
Even the show's creator, Charlie Brooker, has said this is pretty much the definition of the show's bleak, dark vision.
So Amanda's story ends right there. But Mike's, his story has one last, chilling act to play out. Let's take a look at those final moments and really see what they're telling us. The thing is, the final shot leaves Mike's fate pretty ambiguous. But the creator and the cast, they've given us some really heavy clues about what happens next. And that's what we're going to dig into right now. So you put these steps together and the implication is just, wow, he paid for those last few moments with Amanda by making a promise to some private buyer on that horrible platform. The box cutter, the fact that the stream is still live, it all points to one single horrifying conclusion.
And the show's creator, Charlie Brooker, he pretty much confirms this dark interpretation. He even called that final look Mike gives to the camera particularly chilling. And that's it, right? In the end, Mike's own life becomes the final product he has to sell. It's the ultimate terrible transaction, paying for his wife's death with his own life.
Okay, so now let's zoom back out to the big picture. After all of that horror and despair, what is this story really trying to tell us about the world we're actually living in today? See, the true horror of common people isn't the tech itself. It's how that technology gets weaponized by all these systems. The predatory subscription model, it's just a reflection of the cruel logic of for-profit healthcare, where your survival depends on what tier you can afford. And that financial pressure is what forces Mike into the absolute desperation of the geek economy, trading his own body and soul for cash. Every piece feeds into the next, and it creates this closed loop where the only way out is death. And really, that's the ultimate takeaway. What the episode is arguing is that in a system that puts a price tag on everything, even a medical miracle is going to turn into a tool for exploitation. Common People isn't just a scary story about our phones or our gadgets. It's a really haunting look at the human cost when you put a price tag on life itself. And it just leaves you asking, how much of this world are we already living in right now?